I was first time risking 1% on the challenge. So yo, what is up guys? My name is Adam and I would like to welcome you back to my channel. And today we are going to take a look at the market and we will look at 2 trades that I took in a one day. So let's take a look. As you can see on Monday, the Monday New York session was pretty slow. As you can see, we did only few handles move. And as you can see, we swept this high and we are somehow going to the side. Okay, so what happened on Tuesday? On Tuesday, I actually was bullish and I was expecting that we are gonna hit this PD raise and then we are gonna go higher. And as you can see, it actually happened, but it happened at night time in my time zone. So I was sleeping and I was not trading, and it also was out of my trading hours. So I didn't execute and I didn't took anything on this day. Okay, let's take a look at the exact candle, which is right over here. And this exact candle is from Trump's deal with Iran, that they are not gonna fight each other in the next 2 weeks. And this started bullish reaction in the market, as you can see. Like, it was on Wednesday, it was pretty slow, as you can see, but on Thursday there was pretty nice PM session that I traded, and I will show you it in a few seconds. So I didn't took anything on Tuesday because Tuesday was pretty slow and I was not interested in this kind of price action. I was telling to myself that it would move during the session, not after the session. And as you can see, it actually moved after the session. So I told myself, okay, I don't care. I looked at the charts next morning and I was like, look. Okay, so here on Wednesday I didn't trade. Like, I took a day off. And it is caused by FOMC minutes that were on 20 p.m. my time, which means on PM session. I don't know when, but on PM session. And as you can see, the FOMC was kind of without impact, because then we were ranging, but when the FOMC is releasing, it sometimes does some kind of huge candle, or how to say it, like the candle usually has a big wick like this, or it just move in one direction. As you can see, it didn't happen. So FOMC minutes were pretty boring, I would say. Okay, so let's take a look at the Thursday's trade. So the first one was actually stop loss, and I will tell you exactly why I entered here on this candle and why I didn't wait. So let's take a look. So on this trade, which was at 15:49, which means 9:45, I was expecting bullish reaction, which actually happened, but as you can see, it happened in 1 hour later. So I waited for the liquidity sweep, which happened here. As you can see, we swept this liquidity low, which was created during the pre-market session. Let's say during the pre-market. I waited for change in state of delivery. Change in state of delivery actually happened by this candle. This was my change in state of delivery now, and now I'm telling myself that I'm interested in longs because we already tapped the PD array, which you can see is here. We were in the PD array during the Asia session and London session. So I was like, okay, so we are still here. I think I can take it as a confirmation for me that we are probably going to be bullish, because when we are at this PD array, we are not gonna disrespect it, because we would during the London session already, because we would do it already during the London session. And when I saw this kind of price action during the London session, I told myself that, okay, this PD array is, I would say, valid. So I'm not gonna expect shorts anymore in this kind of market. But there was also a chance that we are gonna be bearish because we swept all these highs during the pre-market open. So there was still a chance for me that we are gonna be bearish. Okay, so I thought that this is my kind of power of 3, which means manipulation, because distribution I was expecting that is gonna happen here, but distribution actually happened here. So the manipulation then took me out of the trade. We swept these lows which were created during the London session and pre-market. We swept these liquidities and then we started moving bullish, which I was actually expecting. So what I did for second changes the array. I know that I could enter already here in this on this PD array. We would have much more R. We would have 3R almost, but I took it here and I will tell you why. Because I already had that day one stop loss. I told myself that okay, I'm gonna re-enter because this is gonna be going my way. You know why I knew that it is gonna go my way? Well, because we again hit these PD arrays. We hit this 15-minute order block. We swept these liquidities and then we created some bullish kind of order flow. We also did 2 changes of deliveries, 1 second. So I waited for this candle to close. This candle actually closed. I entered on this candle. This candle went low, as you can see, so we were a little in the drawdown, but then it started moving bullish. I actually set the break even pretty earlier. I didn't set it this time here, but I set it somewhere here on this wick because I told myself that okay, I'm not interested in this price action because I thought that this price action might be slow, but I know that we are gonna reach our target, but I don't know if it's gonna happen at early PM session or in the late PM session. So I was like, okay, I don't care if it's gonna hit TP or break even, so I'm gonna set it and forget about the trade. I actually did it like that, but I mean, I was like, okay. I was checking the market, like, I'm gonna be honest, I was checking the phone like every 5 minutes. I know that this is not the type of mindset that I'm trying to achieve, but this time I actually was like, okay, I'm gonna be checking it because if the market is gonna change the direction, I would like to close my trade there. So I was checking the market, but I saw on 1 minute and on the 5 minute that we are continuing creating the higher highs, higher lows. So I was like, okay, we are gonna actually go to the target, and the target was actually on, let's say, yesterday's daily high, which, as you can see, we actually hit, but it was late in the PM session. But I closed my trade here, and I will tell you why. Because when I saw that this candle is going lower, I was like, okay, this candle might create some kind of range, so I'm gonna take out all of my positions here. So at this moment we could have 1.5R, but I took half of the position, then it went here, and I was like, okay, it's still half R here, so I'm gonna take that and I will be happy for now. So what I did, I waited to this candle to move a little bit higher, and it actually moved a little bit higher, and when it moved, let's say here to this wick, I closed my position and I was like, okay, I'm done. So the 1R that I lost here, I get back here, and if you are wondering why I have a stop loss that is so big, like, yeah, let's say it's pretty big. Because it's under the 3 PD arrays. Here is the first PD array, as you can see, the fair value gap, order block, and here is the third very small fair value gap. Because I was expecting that we are gonna go a little bit to the drawdowns. So I set bigger stop loss because I didn't want to get stopped out now, if you know what I mean by that. So we went a little bit to the drawdown, and I was expecting that we would go lower to the speedy array and then go up. So that's why I set a bigger stop loss, okay? But yeah, when I'm thinking about this trade now, I would probably set the stop little higher. I would set the stop loss to the 50% of this order block. Let's say here. Yeah, it could be here. But yeah, let's be happy for this 1.06R. It's nice, you know, because this week I finally get out of the drawdown, so I was first time risking 1% on the challenge, so this was kind of new for me. So let's move on. On Friday we were having CPI, and during the CPI I don't want to try it because we don't know what they are going to release, so it's pretty hard to predict where the market is gonna go. So at first on 14:30, as you can see, 1 hour before the market opened, we did big bullish move, and then we were range bouncing, did a little bit of move up, and then we went straight down. So yeah, this was kind of boring price action for me, so I didn't execute because I don't know, I was like, there were some opportunities, but I was bullish this day, so I didn't took anything because I was kind of neutral this day. I don't like to trade CPI, but I think. Alright guys, so this is gonna be everything for today's videos. I hope you understand why I took 2 trades on Thursday, why I executed like that, and hopefully you will leave some comment down below. So thanks for watching guys, and we'll see next week, new video. Bye.